Mm. Mm. All right. Is it working? I don't know. Never can tell. Let me just get off of this here, though. All right. Hello, everybody. Ooh, I just made my video bigger. How's everyone doing today? I hope very good. I just wanted to come do a little full moon talk because I've made a promise to myself to keep doing this, and it's not exactly easy. I get like all nervous and butterflies when I start because I'm talking about stuff that, is esoteric or um I don't know. I just have apprehension sometimes. So, and it's actually the perfect topic because we're talking about a full moon in Gemini, and Gemini really deals with thoughts, thought processes, especially where your feelings are concerned as well. So it kind of intellectualizes your feelings, and it's hard not to um, make the connection or let your feelings overtake your thoughts, have these circular thoughts during a Gemini full moon. And that's exactly what I'm experiencing. So the full moon is always when the sun is opposite the moon in astrology. And I've recently learned a few things about astrology that have just sort of blown my mind. And it's really not only related to the stars and interpreting their movements because of the precession of the equinoxes. It really is about directions and the light and the way it hits the earth, the solstices, the equinoxes, and the measurement of time. And it's really interpreting patterns like I would interpret what a Tuesday in August feels like, So it's a lot like that, and it's really a cool topic to learn about. So that's why I like to share it. Anyway, look, I'm letting my feelings overtake my speech, which is another Gemini trait, because Gemini really wants to communicate, and it wants to communicate about what? Your feelings. What else is happening during this full moon, which is exact tomorrow in Birmingham, 11:12 p.m. So it's 12:12 Eastern time. I've seen a lot of people, it's actually December 11th because it's exact tomorrow I guess on the Eastern seaboard or Eastern time, it would be the 12th, 12:12 p.m. But not in Birmingham, unfortunately. It's 11. But you could say it's 11:11 p.m. on December 11th because it really lasts for a minute or two, and it's exact for a minute or two. Okay, now that I've digressed again, I want to talk about the Mars. Well, the fact that the moon is connected to, and let me get my drawing thing out, Neptune by a square, as well as the sun by a square. It's not exact degrees. You can see Neptune's 15 and the sun and the moon are at 19 degrees, but it's close enough to involve Neptune, I would say. So this full moon's also, it kind of deals a little bit with confusion. Neptune can confuse people, fog your thoughts, fog your feelings, make you distracted, make you want to escape. And so I would say the answer to that is Earth, Virgo over here. And in fact, in Birmingham, the ascendant is in Virgo, so it makes a grand cross. Yeah, grand cross. So grounding yourself will be something that's important to do tomorrow. If you're feeling like you're, maybe confused by your own feelings, not even knowing how to think about things, which I also have experienced the last day or two since the moon's been in Gemini, which entered yesterday, I think. So, I mean, I've been very confused by my own feelings and how to think about them. And that's interesting. Why am I acting like this? Why am I thinking like this? So that could be a component of this Neptune. And another thing going on with Neptune is Mars will be trine. Trine is a flowing aspect. So also, it's an ego escape, or maybe Maybe being inspired as well, because Mars takes action and Neptune is creative and spiritual. So it might be inspiring you to take, but it's also involving feelings as well, because Mars is in Scorpio, Neptune's in Pisces. These are, I would say, feelings are factoring in a little more heavily than I even uh, supposed, because of that water going on as well. There's also something else happening during the full moon that is really interesting, and it's going to be, is that a trine? Yes, it is a trine. Another trine. Where is it? Let me find it, y'all. There we go. Jupiter trine Uranus. Jupiter trine Uranus wants freedom. Freedom out of fixed ideas around what you value. You know, maybe your values, well, they will be over the next 7 years. Uranus is in Taurus, and that deals with shifting values, changing values. It factors into finances, and Jupiter in Capricorn really wants to, build its empire pretty much. It really wants to expand that Capricornian climb the mountain vision towards, what's important to us that hasn't always been important to us, new things that are even kind of blindsiding us. So it's kind of a buzzy energy. Uranus is the agent of change, and Jupiter expands everything. Ooh, this is Earth too. So breaking out of fixed patterns. It's also involving actual reality, physical reality. So, I saw a lot of things recently about the Earth. During this Jupiter Uranus trine, which is ongoing right now, even today, like Greta Thunberg was voted Times Person of the Year. The first automated self-driving truck went across country, I believe, to deliver butter. Food breakthroughs you'll find with Jupiter and Uranus involved. I heard someone say that recently. Because Earth deals with food, how you sustain yourself. So Uranus is change, Jupiter's expansion, also new beliefs around the structure of your life, what boundaries you have. Obviously, this ongoing Saturn-Pluto conjunction, that's another thing involved. Venus is just hit Saturn, which is very much a work for what you believe in, work for what you love. Venus is what you love. So also relationships can be work. Literally, Saturn is work and restructuring. So you could have some, needing to tweak things, I think, with this. Especially where your relationships or your finances are concerned. And then right at the full moon, it's smack dab in the middle of Saturn and Pluto, which are coming together. They'll be exact in January. So, when Venus finally does hit Pluto, this is transformation, major transformation. The death of an old way of maybe what you love with Venus, something you used to love but you don't anymore. The death of a relationship, and I don't mean relationship just to people. Venus is the way you relate to everything. That's why it's values. It's really the relational aspect of life. How do I relate to my habits, depending on where Capricorn is in your life? How do I relate to my body? How do I relate to my creativity? How do I relate to my inner child? All of that's going on right now, especially during this moon with Venus in the middle of Saturn and Pluto. And that's also quincunx this moon. So it's almost like, Venus would rather just do the work and do the transformation, but we can't quit thinking about how we feel, which it may feel different. Gemini is the twins, it's the trickster. So it's kind of like frenetic energy, like your thoughts are just kind of like, boom here, boom here, boom here. Maybe you can't decide how you're feeling with the Neptune, Gemini, it doesn't feel very clear. Maybe the only thing we're clear about is that we want to be steadily supported with all the Capricorn energy, and that includes ourselves, our hearts, Oh man, this is the last full moon of the decade. 2020 is coming. I haven't even looked at the fact Mercury is in Sag. So that's also just, and this, obviously the sun's there being opposite Gemini. So, this, what it involves belief. I can't even talk about it. Gemini full moon. It's in my 12th house. I get confused easy. Well, I think I'm done talking about this. Worn out by it. Lots of stuff to do, lots of busyness with Venus, Saturn, Venus, Pluto, lots of plans. Mars is, trying to make all that happen too. And Scorpio can kind of be intense energy. Full moons always are. Mars and Scorpio feels intense. Neptune's got us wanting to escape, It's and Jupiter trine Uranus is just, it's, for me, it's been a little too much. It's exciting a little bit. There's an element of excitement to it, I think. And optimism, but also like maybe not totally trusting something, like what, not understanding the end game, an element of confusion for sure. I have decided I'm going to try and gather my thoughts a little better and have a Friday live webinar. I'm not sure if I'm going to make people sign up. I think that would just probably be the better thing to see what interest there is, to sign up to do this webinar on the year ahead, so that people who haven't been able to make it out to the classes, the physical classes, can get a preview on the year ahead. From my perspective anyway, there's a lot of crazy things going on in 2020, in addition to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which has been the overarching theme. But we've got a Venus retrograde and a Mars retrograde. And then at one point during the summer, there's like 6 things retrograde. So that's in addition to Saturn moving into Aquarius finally. And then at the end of the year, Jupiter and Saturn also conjuncting in Aquarius. So those are just some of the things that I was looking at that make for a bit of an intense year. I mean, I think everyone's felt that coming anyway. It's an election year. Globally, things are wonky, So I hope maybe Friday, I'm going to try to do it Friday around 8:15 a.m. When the moon's with the North Node in Cancer. And yeah, I've got some calendars. Let me show you my calendars. Let's see. How do I just stop, pause, share? No, I want to like not share. Stop share. There we go. That's what I wanted. So I can show you my calendars. They're really cool. Me and the girls painted all of these planets. And then I have here all of the like transits. Venus enters Taurus there on March the 4th, it looks like. So all of the ingresses are on this calendar, with the added benefit of the art being original. I try to make everything sort of teachy because it's like Venus, ruler of Taurus, fixed Earth. This image looks backwards to me. I don't know if it is to y'all, but I hope it's not. Either way, I've got these calendars available for Christmas. I'm really proud of them. So hit me up if you want one. I'm going to post the store link as well. What else? Oh, I look crazy. Happy full moon, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I don't know if I recorded this. Maybe it'll let me download it because I want to upload it to YouTube. Anyway, hit me up if you want a year preview reading. I'm running a sale right now on gift certificates. Oh, look, let me just show you those too. Gift certificates. Okay, y'all, I'm leaving. Mwah.